What happened was that at 2006, when the first pandemic started, governments spent billions of dollars accumulating and stocking Tamiflu. 3 years later, when the second pandemic outbreak, there started to be some question marks around to what level Tamiflu was actually an efficient drug for the Tamiflu. And from that point on, they started looking at more in detail to what extent do we really have access to the entire information of clinical trials. And what happened with Tamiflu is that of 10 clinical trials that were conducted, the reports were only done on 2, based on 2 clinical trials. So when those experts got the entire story and they got the entire information out of the 10 clinical trials, guess what? Tamiflu was not more efficient than a placebo. In the case of Tamiflu, there were no real health impacts. Yes, governments spent billions, but nobody died because they took Tamiflu. The problem has been with several drugs who actually, had a really high impact. Even people had died because of their secondary effects. Particularly, we're thinking about heart attacks some people had and other sort of health repercussions because those secondary effects that they were detected and identified during the phase 3 clinical trials, they were not reported, or they were minimized or somehow withheld. And this is what we're saying, what we're calling today to all investors to join us in our engagement with companies, all we're asking is for full transparency and objectivity, for companies to provide information in a non-biased way.
What people need to understand is that the phase 3 are very important for the evaluation of the pharmaceutical companies. Indeed, more than 30% of the stock price of a pharmaceutical company is linked to the result of the phase 3. Therefore, if we take the decision to invest in a pharmaceutical company without having all the correct information to make our evaluation, we are just buying something without knowing exactly how much we can get from this investment. So that's why it's important for investors to really understand the result of this phase 3 on the specific molecule. And the other thing that people need really to understand is that once a molecule has passed this phase 3, it has more than 70% of chance of being approved. So that's where the materiality of this assessment is important, or why this assessment is important.